Hello, everyone. In today's session, we're going to practice Spreadsheet for Accounting, Practice Assessment 2. From this session, we're going to practice few questions, and we're going to see the formulas and how they're asking the question and how can we answer all of this. As soon as you open or start your exam, you'll see this screen. And the first thing you have to do, you have to click Assessment Book to download the Excel file on your computer. Make sure you save this file somewhere and save it in an appropriate format. For example, they tell us save the format with Excel and use this SPSH with your AAT number. For example, SPSH, that's your AAT number 1, 2, 3, 4. And normally your AAT number start with 20. So this is the number you have to write when you save this file. After that, you have to follow the requirement from A to I. And of course, like the requirement could be different in the final exam. So let's look at the first one. The first one is saying the worksheet title sample sales sample shows a sample of sales data for the last month in the worksheet. Insert a footer showing draft and the page number. This should be entered as a field. Sort the data by sales type A to Z, then category A to Z. Create subtotals showing the total number count of sales per sales type. In the sales check worksheet, that's a different worksheet, copy and paste, not the link, the number of each category sold in cell D2 to D5 using the subtotal created on sales sample worksheet. Use an appropriate formula in cell E2 to E5 to calculate the average sale revenue for each sales type. Delete row 6. Use an appropriate function in cell E6 to total average sale. Format cells E10 as a percentage to 2 decimal places, then use an appropriate formula to calculate the total actual sales as a percentage of the total average sales. Use the conditional formatting if the result in cell E10 between 90% and 110%. Highlight the cell background green with a dark green task. Okay, so we're going to start our first requirement, that is insert a footer showing draft and the page number. So let's open our Excel file and we're going to do all of this from there. So in this Excel file, we can see there are a few tabs on the bottom. We have a sales sample, we have a sales check, and we have a A1 to ATB, A2 journals, A3 SPL, A4 SOFP, and a screenshot. All of this we have to use for the different requirement. So let's start with the first one. That one, they're asking you to put the page number. So to insert the page number, we have to go to the insert and you have to find the header and footer. Sometimes this header and footer could be on the text section. So you have to click that. But if you have the Excel from 2016 or 365, normally you can see it on the tab. So on the left corner, you can see you have a header or footer. So you click the footer and you click the page 1. You can choose any one you like. And all you have to do, you have to change the page to draft. So just change the page to draft and leave the page number on a bracket as it is. And after that, all this thing will be changed automatically. So draft 1, draft 2, draft 3. So this is the first requirement. They're asking to change it. So we did that for the page number with the draft, and it will go to the footer. Then we change to our Excel mode again from the page mode. And here we start our next requirement. The next requirement we have here on the question, that is sort the data by cells type to A to Z, then by category A to Z. So let's do that. So you have to sort the data. So you go back again to our Excel, and we know the way we have to sort the data, that is, have to go to the data. First, we need to select the area we like to sort. So we select all the area first, and we click data, we click sort. And from here, sometimes you might not see on your computer on the Excel, they can only show only one option, sort by. In this case, you have to just click add label, and you will see another label will be add. So the question said, first we add the sort by cells type, and the next one, then by category and A to Z. So you follow the requirement. After that, we just press OK. And all this thing will be sorted according to the cells type and then category. So our requirement number 2 is completed. Now we move to the next one. Number C is saying, create a subtotal showing the total number count of cells per cells type. So how many types of cells we are making and how many are there? So we have to make a count of that. So we said, okay, we'll go back. And we can see we have a children party cells. We have a cupcake course cell. We have a different type of cells. So we need to know how many types we have. So you can see up to here, up to 12, we have children party cells. So we make a new row just to make one line to say this is basically children party cells, and we can say count, C-O-U-N-T, count. That means how many is here. I think the next one should be count. So we want to see how many is here. Now we can see if we just select it, it will show me how many is here on the bottom right corner on your Excel. It says count 11, but we cannot just type it because we need to use a formula. They said use appropriate formula. And in this exam, the more formula you will use, you will get more marks. So we'll say, okay, use a formula. We will enter the equal. Any formula has to be start with the equal sign. After the equal sign, we have to type counter, C-O-U-N. If you just type C-O-U-N, you will see there is count and the next one is counter. Don't select the count, select the next one, counter. So count is for the number and counter will give you with the description how many is here. And you can actually choose, select the area and close the bracket and enter. And that's it. And it will show you how many number we have here. So you can see we have 11. The same way we do for the next one, that will be for the cupcake course soul. And we can see up to here, we have a cupcake. We'll insert a new row and we'll write it down as a count. So let's see, C-O-U-N-T, count. The same way we do here for the cupcake course cell. Let's have a look how many we have here. We can see we have a 37 here. Just need to use the formula, C-O-U-N, counter, and select the range. Close the bracket and enter 37. So that's how we'll keep doing for the next one, internet cell. So come up to internet cell. And on the internet cell, we'll do the same thing. Internet cell count. And we'll use the same formula. count, a counter. Select the range. 33. Close the bracket, enter. And after we have shop cell, and we'll come down shop cell, and all these are shop cell. So I'll come here as a shop cell count. Do the same thing. Counter, select the range. That's 63. Close the bracket, and that's it. So our next requirement is done to find it out how many types of cells we have. I'll go back again to see the next requirement. The next requirement we can see here, they said in the cells check worksheet. So this is another worksheet. Copy and paste, not the paste link, okay? The number of each category sold, and cell D2 to D5 using the subtotal create on cells sample worksheet. Okay. So let's do this one. So we'll go back to our Excel, and we're going to copy and paste the number of each category sold in cell D2 to D5. So here we need to change the worksheet now. That is now cell check. And D2 to D5, we're going to use the number sold. Now, if you go back, we know already the number. The first one is 11. Next one is 37. The next one is 33. And the next one is 63. So let's write it down. That you can copy and paste, but it really not matter. So 37 and 33 and 63. And after that, they said, find the average cell. So here they're asking to find the average cell. Now this one is the total. We already have the average price. They already give it to us, and we have to find the total average cell. So let's have a look at that. This one they already done for us, the average selling price. So all you have to do, you have to multiply the average selling price with the number of sold. And that will give us the total average sell. Okay, and the question said, let's move to the next requirement, what they're saying. They said use appropriate formula to E to D5, calculate the average sell revenue for each type. So we did that. Then the next one they said, delete row 6. So let's delete that row. Row 6 needs to be deleted. And it's done. And after the next requirement, they are saying use an appropriate function in cell E6 to total the average cells. So let's go there to find the total average cell. Total average cell. Now, so many of the Excel, they have the option for the auto sum. You can do that. If you don't have the auto sum, you can just type equal sign and you do sum and just make it total. So that will give you the total average cell. Let's move to the next requirement. The next one is saying format cell E10 as a percentage to 2 decimal, then use an appropriate formula to calculate the total actual cells as a percentage of the total average cell. Okay, let's do that. So we need to make this one as a percentage. So let's E10 will go, and you can choose this one percentage. After they're saying use the appropriate formula and use the 2 decimal. Now you can do the format like 2 decimal. You can right click, go to the format cell, and you can do the percentage and you can do 2 decimal. Or if the computer have on your left or right arrow to add, you can do from there as well. It's the same thing. So do equal sign, and we do our actual cell, divide the average total cell, and we enter. And it shows us 99.99%. Let's move to the next one. The next requirement we have here, use the conditional formatting if the result in cell E10 between 90 to 100%, make it light green with the dark green text. So let's do that. So move to the conditional formatting. First you choose this one, make sure you select that. Then you click on the conditional formatting, go for the highlight the cell and check or select the between one. On the between, they said between 90 to 110. So between 90% to 100%, 110%, I think. So let's do that. 10%. And they're saying choose the color. So we need to choose the color. Green, fill with the dark text. So we do this one. Okay. And that's it. Conditional formatting is done. So if the percent is more than or less than that, the color will be changed automatically. And I think this is all of our requirement number 1, the task 1. So that's it. Let's move to the task 2 and let's have a look what we have here. Task 2 we have for 7 marks. And this question starts with the ETB. It says in the A1 ETB worksheet, make the title visible on row 2 and row height 21. So let's do that. We first open A1 ETB worksheet. So move to A1 ETB worksheet. And this says some rows doesn't look completed for 2. So they said make it 21, the height. Okay, so we'll do that. That's not a problem. And let's have a look one more time. Make the row visible. Okay, and a row height 21. So the way you can do the row height is not difficult. You have to right click and you have to choose the row height. Now, if you have it here, is absolutely fine. Or if you don't have it, sometimes you can look at from the height on your the home tab. So let's have a look what we have. I'm using the Excel 365. So obviously, if you use different, it might be different on your computer. All right, so all we have to do, we have to select the whole row. And after, you have to do the right click. And the row height option will be open. And you have to choose what is the height number you want. As the question say 21, so you choose 21. And that's it. It will be a little bit bigger now. And this is the first requirement we have from task 2. We'll move to the next one. The next task we have here, let's have a look what we have. March the title across column A, I in the row 2. So they want us to merge it. It's very simple. So row 2 from A to I, we have to merge. So let's do that. So A to I, and we click the merge. Now, normally the merge all is on the home tab on the middle under just the view. So click here, it will be merged automatically. That's it. Move to the next one. The next one is saying italic the title. So they asked to make it italic the title. So let's do that. Just make the title italic. Italic you will find just next to the B. So you have a bold, and next to the bold you have a I. So if you choose that, it will be automatically change to italic, the area you selected. All right, so the next one, let's have a look what we have. It's a format cell B6 to I31 as a number format with the 1000 separator. Okay, so from B6 to I31. So let's do that. B6 to I31. You have to remember all of this. So B6, we have this one till I31. Okay, and they're asking to format it with the 1000 separator. So all you have to do, you have to select this area, right click and format. And obviously, like when you go to the format, you can go to the number, and on the number you'll see a small box called use 1000 separator. That means after 1000 you will have a small comma. So you'll select that and you said okay. Then every single number you can see after the 1000 there will be one dot, so it will be comma, and 2 decimal will be there. So this is not very difficult one. Okay, so let's move to the next one. The next one we have use find and replace to correct the spelling SLES with cells. Take a screenshot to show the number replacement after clicking the replace all button. Paste the screenshot on the screenshot item. Okay, the screenshot tab. So there is few mistake here. Rather than the writing the SALES cells, they just wrote SLES. So they want us to change it. So we want to replace it with cells from SLES. So let's go there. Let's have a look. And all you have to do, you have to do the Control F to do the find and replace. So I do Control and F. So hold the Control, and after that press the F. Then you can see find and replace. So click the replace. So I want to find SLES. And I want to change it to cells, SALES. And after you will click find replace all, and you can see all done. We made 2 replacement. So all we have to do, we have to take a screenshot. They said keep this one as evidence. So you take a screenshot on your keyboard. You will have a screenshot top of your the number, and you'll see the screenshot there. We have to press this one, screen, print screen, whatever, and after you can save it on the screenshot tab and press OK, close. And on this Excel you'll have a screenshot, the last tab, you just save it here. So Control V, I'll paste it here, and it will show the evidence is here, nothing else. All right, so go back there with the A1TB, and let's look at the next example. The next one is says in cell A33, use an appropriate formula to count the number of nominal account used on ETB between cell A6 to A29. So appropriate formula to count the number of the nominal accounts used in ETP. So let's do that. We know how to count it. We used before. So let's go back there and try to count that. All right, so I'll come back to 33. They said on A33. Let's have a look one more time. A33, yes. So let's go to A33. And they're asking how many nominals between A6 to A29. All right, so move here, A33, and we'll use the equal sign, make the counter, and we'll select from A6 till A6 till A29 and close the bracket, enter, and we can see total 23 items, total 23 nominals is here. And that's it. Let's move on to the next one. Is there any more requirement? No, I think that's it. So you can see it's not very difficult if you read it and practice a little bit. And more or less this sort of question you'll see in the exam. And we'll have a few more talks. I'll see if I can make the recording. And of course, like I'll upload for all of you. And hopefully the next question will not be very difficult because it's a very simple formula they use. And if you have any question, feel free to email me. And I'll try to make another video to complete all this task for this spreadsheet accounting practice assessment 2. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And good luck for your exam.